Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Tuesday afternoon. I hope you guys are having an awesome start to the week. We are officially 3 days till Christmas. Holy jumping Jalitos. Hope you guys are having an awesome week. Hope you guys are not too stressed out. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, where the heck has time been? I can't believe there's like a week and a half left of the year. What happened? Where did it all go? But it is what it is. We get through it. That's the way it is. Next year's a new year. Tomorrow's a new day, and we do what we need to do. All right. So today, what I wanted to talk a little bit about was sleep. How to get a better sleep, what to do about sleeping. It's one of those things that, especially at this time of year where you've got so much on the go, and you're not really thinking too much about sleep or the end of the night other than by the time you go to bed to sleep, it's way too late and you have to be up super early and you're thinking, maybe I should have gone to sleep a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. This time of year especially is when sleep kind of takes a back seat. And that's sort of what I wanted to come on and talk about, how to get a better sleep, how to stay asleep. The couple tips that help me, and I want to share them. Hopefully they help you. You get some value out of it. So tip number 1 is to try yoga. Yoga is a form of exercise, and although it is normally thought to be a female thing, I don't normally go to my guy buddies and say, hey dudes, let's go do yoga. Rock on, dude. No, we don't do that. I'm sorry. But it doesn't mean that we can't, and it doesn't mean that we shouldn't, because yoga is actually it's a form of almost intense stretching. It's working out your muscles and your cores and your ligaments and your joints, as well as making you tired. A lot of that has to do with just when you exercise, you just wear yourself out and you tire yourself, so you get a better sleep that way. But also what you're doing is you're stretching out your muscles, your joints, you're opening up your airways, you're allowing yourself to breathe clear, to strengthen up your esophagus muscles, your lungs, your tonsils, your throat muscles, stuff like that. And that's really what you're looking for more than anything. I find when we are not sleeping, it's because we are snoring, or we are loud breathing, or we are, something is blocking our airways, or we're just kind of, something is not right in our brain, in our mind. So yoga works wonders with that. Like I said, for strengthening the your core muscles as well as your esophagus muscles, for opening up your airways. I can't say enough good things about yoga. I love stretching myself. I love the feeling that stretching gives me. And yoga, like I said, is just sort of an intensified version of stretching. So for me, that's a huge key right there. And then also, like I said too, it helps with wearing you out at the end of the day. So if you find that you've got a little bit more energy than you would like to at the end of the day, yoga is going to wear you right out. Number 2 is to try and sleep on your side. When you sleep on your back, you are actually closing up your airways, and your tongue is kind of going all over the place, and you're not allowing your airways to open up as much as they need to. So that's where you get sort of the loud wheezing noises that happens while you're sleeping. And I know your significant other is not impressed with that, so that also comes with maybe a flying elbow or a shot in the nose or something like that. It happens. That's definitely a sleep ruiner right there, more than anything. But sleeping on your side, that's actually helped me very much. I find too, it actually helps with my back when I can sort of stretch out my leg and be in a different position like that. For me, my back gets really tense and really, in one place, and really, what's the word I'm looking for? Stiff. That's the word I'm looking for. And then that it doesn't make it very comfortable for me to sleep. I find I'm sort of just like a log laying there and not really. I'm not feeling sleeping. Like I'm not there sleeping. I'm just there kind of laying. It's not comfortable for me. And that for me is not the way that I like to sleep. I like to sleep on my side. I don't actually like to sleep on my back. Maybe my stomach more than anything. But when you sleep on your side, you actually allow your airways to open up, your jaw and esophagus, your throat muscles to kind of realign and allow you to have that clear airway, the clear pathway for your air and your breath to come in and out without and these are not things that you think about or want to be thinking about while trying to sleep. So anything that you could do to sort of to alleviate that process and make it easier for yourself in the long run is only going to be more beneficial. So I mean, it may not work for you. You may have to try something else. Perhaps maybe lifting your head, something like that, but try it, sleep on your side, try it for a couple nights. And I feel like you would definitely notice a difference, good or bad. So, if it's good, you keep going. I don't know, why not? But if it's bad, definitely change. Don't keep doing something that is not feeling very well for you or is putting you in a position of discomfort, especially while you're trying to sleep. I mean, nobody wants to be uncomfortable while you're trying to sleep. You want to definitely be rested, relaxed, and in a calm state of relaxation while you're trying to sleep. You don't want to be worrying about trying to breathe, trying to lay a certain way. All this stuff going through your mind. No way. You just want to sleep. I want to lay on my pillow, lay on my lay on my bed, and go to sleep. And that's it. Sleep throughout the night. Try it. I hope it'll work. The next tip is to avoid caffeine and heavy meals late at night. So caffeine definitely, oh my goodness, you definitely want to be limiting the caffeine after a certain point. I mean, you would know your sleep schedule and your life schedule better than anybody else. So for me, for example, I'm on nights this week, so we go to work at nighttime. So for me, my sleep schedule is a little bit different. But when I'm on day shift, that's when I go to bed a little bit earlier, and I wouldn't want to be drinking caffeine, say at 9, 10 o'clock at night to try and go to sleep to be up for the day shift tomorrow morning. And also goes the same too with heavy meals. So what happens when you're sleeping, your body's in a state of rest, and your digestive system and your all your systems and your organs, they all want to be resting, relaxing, and repairing and regenerating themselves the way that they're supposed to do while you're sleeping. But when you eat a big meal or you have caffeine too early before you go to bed, I believe it's somewhere in the 2-hour range before you go to bed is when you want to stop all that stuff. But you know your body, you know your schedule, you know what works for you. So try and keep it as far apart as possible. But when you're eating heavy meals and when you're drinking caffeine too close to bedtime, your body's just in digestion mode. It's trying to break down all the enzymes. It's trying to put all of the food and everything through all of the body organs, and then to digest it or to digest it to turn it into excretion, to let it out of your body. That's the way that the body works when you give it food. It's not worried about going to sleep just because you're tired and you want to go to sleep. Your body's like, I know you're tired, I know you want to go to sleep, but you gave me all this food and I need to do something with it. I can't have it just sitting there. It's not the way that it works. It has to be doing something. So it's going to go through your digestive system, and your body's going to be worried about that more than it is you sleeping. That's where you're going to wake up throughout the night having to go to the bathroom multiple times. You're going to find yourself tossing and turning. You get that really grumbly, hot, warm feeling in the pit of your stomach, and you're like, oh, this ain't good. I don't like this at all. But definitely, so try and give yourself that 2-hour gap. If you can't do the 2 hours, like I said, you know your schedule better than anybody else. Do what works for you, but definitely know maybe something that would be more beneficial for you is to have little meals throughout the day. So instead of having 3 big meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, maybe have like 4 or 5 or 6 small meals throughout the day, so that you're not cramming a whole bunch of food in at the end of the night, so that you can wind down better and be in a more relaxed relaxative state, I guess, to go to bed. Now, next one is to use honey. Honey is actually known as an anti-inflammatory. So what that's going to do at bedtime is actually, so the anti-inflammatory part is actually opening up your esophaguses, helping you with the clear airways for breathing again, like I told you. But also what it does is it releases chemicals in the brain that help you sleep, a chemical called melatonin that is the sedative chemical that your brain releases when it's trying to go to bed. And what the honey is going to do is it's actually going to replace your brain's need to produce stress hormones, and it's going to have it produce sleep hormones so that your brain and your body is all balanced and you're able to get into a relaxative state. Tablespoon of honey in a tea right at the end of the night, perhaps mixed in with your meal, whatever you're doing. If you do like a shake at night, definitely a tablespoon in there. Oh, that's huge. I love that. But definitely try that. That will definitely release the sleep chemical in your brain and allow you to be in a relaxative state. My next tip is nutrition. Oh my goodness. Nutrition is going to help you with any scenario, detriment, anything that's happening in your life that any sort of discomfort that you're feeling, any sort of stress, anything like that can all be traced back to proper nutrition. If you're having proper nutrition, more often than not, you're not going to have a lot of these problems. But if you're not having proper nutrition, that's where all of these problems manifest itself. Stress, bad sleep, waking up grumpy, going to bed grumpy, all this sort of stuff. And when you feed your body what it needs, your body is performing at it's performing at a peak level. It's doing what it's supposed to do with the nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals that it's getting. When you don't feed your body the proper nutrition, it's just kind of feeding off what it can get and what it does with what it has. A lot of times that's why you find yourself eating something and then having to go to the bathroom right away, and it just makes itself right through you because there's nothing in it. There's no nutrients for your body to grab onto to use for anything that it needs. So it's just kind of passing it through. It's like, okay, well, this was great. You were hungry. You fed me. Now I don't need any of this stuff, so I'm just going to let it go. And you're going to be hungry in like 10 minutes because none of that food had any nutrients in it at all. And it just got passed right through your body and excreted. So proper nutrition, definitely fruits, vegetables, do the nutrients that you know you need to have. And one of the ways that helped me more than anything to make sure that I got the proper nutrition, fruits, vegetables, stuff like that, is to eat that stuff first. So when you fill up on fruits and vegetables before you go to the meat and the carbs, you're going to eat less automatically because you're not as full. My last tip is essential oils. Essential oils will help with any sort of ailment or predicament that is happening in your life. And going to sleep, staying asleep, being relaxed, being refreshed, that's what essential oils are great for. I love them. I use them every night, every single night. I have oils in the diffuser. I have oils on my pillow. I rub oils on my chest. I love everything that they do for me. The number one, there's no real number one, but one of my favorites is actually cedarwood. Cedarwood is actually, it's a woodsy oil, so it's calming, relaxing, restoring. I love it. I love this one in the diffuser at nighttime. We put a couple drops in there. Sometimes I'll put a drop on the bottoms of my feet or a drop on my pillow. I like drops on the pillow too. Essential oils at the very base of it are volatile aromatic compounds. So what that basically means is they switch from a liquid to a gas very quickly. So before they stain your pillow, they will actually evaporate into the air. So that's actually a really cool thing. Another great oil for bedtime is lavender. Lavender is actually is actually all things calming. It's one of the most synthesized oils in the world. I love this one. It's funny that a lot of people hate the smell of lavender because it's the most synthesized oil in the world. So that just means that it's the most chemically imbalanced oil in the world. But then they smell real lavender, pure lavender, and they're amazed at the difference and how great it actually smells. I love this one. And again, drops in the diffuser, on my pillow. Even on the back of my neck, I like doing that because it'll just, I got the scent right there, and it'll just bring me into a relaxating state. And then another one of my favorite oils is peppermint. Peppermint is uplifting and invigorating, but the reason that I love using peppermint for sleep time specifically is I rub a couple drops on my chest right here, and it's similar to the Vicks Vapor Rub. You know, you're opening up your airways, you're allowing for clear breathing. I love using this one. Just don't touch your eyes with it. It's hot, so it will burn. This one I do not suggest putting on your pillow because, you know, it might burn. But definitely rub it on your chest. Rub it on the bottoms of your feet. I put a couple drops in the diffuser. I love it. Peppermint is one of my favorite oils. It's actually one of the best-selling oils that doTERRA has to offer. And actually, peppermint, lavender, and lemon, they come in a 3-pack kit. So if you're looking to get started, definitely reach out and we'll get you rocking and rolling. That's all I got for you for today. Thank you so much for joining me. My tips for you to enjoy a better night's sleep. Number 1 is yoga. Try yoga. Try doing something. Sleep on your side. Definitely give it a go round. See how it works for you. Avoid caffeine and heavy meals late at night. Give yourself about a 2-hour buffer before you go to bed. Use honey. Honey will actually release a chemical in your brain that'll help you go to sleep. And then nutrition, definitely keep an eye on the proper nutrition. When your body is fed the vitamins and minerals that it needs, it performs at optimal, or it performs at optimal peaks, and that's how you will, every situation in your life will get better when you provide your body with the proper nutrition. And then essential oils, definitely peppermint to help open up the clear airways, lavender for calming and relaxing, and cedarwood, same thing, calming and relaxing. Just put you right in a relaxative state, and that will help you wind down after a tough day and put you in the mood for sleep. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have an awesome Tuesday evening. I hope you got some value out of this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends or family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, reach out to me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a wonderful Tuesday evening, and I look forward to talking to you again. Bye for now.